Machiavelli Mills TV. Look, y'all, I knew this was going to happen, man. I knew this was eventually going to happen with Kendrick Perkins making his ascension in the media world. Last week, Kendrick Perkins and Kevin Durant had a back and forth spatter on Twitter. And it all started with Kendrick Perkins basically saying that Russell Westbrook was the best player to ever play for the Thunder organization, and he's Mr. Thunder. Some journalists refuted those statements and was like, "Yo, no, he not. KD was," and so on and so forth. And he like, well, Russ ain't basically that. All they got was like second round exits with Russ, or second round exits and stuff like that with Russ. And he like, look, KD lost in the second round without Russ. He said second round or first round. Second round without Russ too. I saw the same. Kendrick Perkins basically was saying he saw the same thing happen to KD without Russ. So he was trying to tell dude, hey man, your point is invalid. However, Kevin Durant jumped in and was like, he took offense to it. He felt like Kendrick Perkins was taking shots at him. And he like, look, man, you averaged like 2 points and 3 rebounds. A whopping 2 points and 3 rebounds. So how did you help with the load? And it went from there. Shot back at Kendrick Perkins shot back at him when basically was telling him, hey, you did the weakest move ever in NBA history. You joined a 73-win team basically that didn't need you. They didn't need you at all. You joined them over there after y'all had them up 3-1. Right? And let me just say this. I knew that this was going to happen because since Kendrick Perkins has emerged in the media world and had, his career is like, it's taking off. Like he's getting a lot of media time. He's going on different shows, talking about different things, and he's been revealing a lot of information, inside information that only a person who is friends with an NBA player would know. He's revealing certain pieces from his conversation with players, certain things about the Thunder organization, certain things about the Golden State Warriors organization when Kevin Durant had issues there with his injury and all that. And he's been very vocal about certain things that were said in personal conversations. And I feel like at some point, Kendrick Perkins was going to say something that would compromise his friendship with certain players because he's walking that fine line between being a former player and now being a media member. Now, we all know that players do not really, a lot of players don't care for the media and they feel like they're always trying to twist their words and take it out of proportion or take off the record conversations into the media. And I feel like now Kendrick wasn't all the way doing that, but I felt like sometimes he was leaving that door open a little bit too wide for his personal conversations with friends to leak into national media whenever he's trying to, get views or whatever, get clicks, or trying to say something profound to excel or expand his media career. So I feel like at times he was divulging a little bit too much information. And I felt like eventually some players was going to get tired of that. They were going to call him out on it and he was going to bump heads with players. But I never thought it would happen at this point. I think when he said that about with KD responding back to Kendrick Perkins, I feel like KD was holding that in because he may have felt like Kendrick Perkins was divulging too much information, and he was stepping over that line of being a friend while being in the media. And he like, hold on, and he felt slighted because we all know how Kevin Durant feels about whenever people mention Oklahoma City. It's like it's something that is eating at him. It's really eating at him, that the fact that people think he's a coward for leaving Oklahoma City and going to Golden State. And he feels some type of way about it, so he's quick trigger on it. But I really feel like what pushed him over the edge was that he felt like Kendrick Perkins was going a little too far. We've seen how Kendrick Perkins been in the media. He's been attacking Kyrie Irving heavily. He said some things about some other players, called Lonzo Ball a bust, but then retracted that statement like a week later after Lonzo had a string of good games. So some people was like, how the hell can you go from a bust to a really good player in a matter of a week? So they feel like sometimes Kendrick just says some things to try to, I guess, get some type of clicks on things that he's involved in. But let me just say this, man. One, I disagree with Kendrick Perkins when he says that Russell Westbrook is the greatest player to ever play for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Or he said something along the lines. He's the best player to play for the Thunder. I'm sorry. I fool with Russ. I feel like he's exciting to watch. I feel like he's a dynamic player. Averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons. he is going to be, he is an iconic player for those reasons. Former MVP, all of that. But there is no way on God's green earth that he is a better basketball player than Kevin Durant. It's not even close to me at all. The way he plays, KD is a much better player than him. However, if you would have asked me who is Mr. Thunder, I'm rolling with Russell Westbrook all the way, without a doubt in my mind. Why? Because Russ stayed with them for years after KD left. KD left them. A lot of people feel like he abandoned them to go join the team that was beating up on them. That they were supposed to win. They was up 3-1. They should have won one. They supposed to win that one more game, man. That was never supposed to happen. And people felt like Kevin gave up and went over there. And my thing was this. Because, and rightfully so, Kevin Durant should not be looked at as Mr. Thunder. Russell Westbrook should. He eventually left, but he held it down for as long as he could. And they say the split was mutual, but some telling me Oklahoma City told him, look, we gonna move you. So Russ told them, hey, if you're gonna move me, I'd rather move to Houston with my boy James Harden and play over there and give me a chance to win. I felt like that's how it went down. I felt like Oklahoma City was not trying to keep on to them after the Paul George experiment fell through, right? But this is the thing. I feel like when Kevin Durant moved to Oklahoma City, when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, I do feel like that was the weakest move I've ever seen a superstar do. And the people try to point to LeBron James. Y'all know I'm a LeBron James fan, but I'm going to be objective. Yes, LeBron James started I really feel like he triggered player mobility for real to go play with your friends and play with who you want to play with. However, joining a team that beat you is completely different than trying to team up with your friends. The team that had you beat and the team that you was up on 3-1, fam, and they came back on and embarrassed y'all and won, 3 straight games? Come on, fam. Like, that's a whole different thing. That's like LeBron, if he would have joined the Boston Celtics after losing to them. That would have been something. I wouldn't have been fooled with LeBron after that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have fooled with Bron. I couldn't do that, man. I can't ride with the dudes I'm losing to them, so I'm finna go over there and link up with y'all now so I can go ahead and win and call myself a winner. Like, I don't fool with that. Even though Kevin Durant was the best player on them teams in Golden State. But one, okay, they didn't need him, but I ain't even tripping. Like, he could have went to any team you wanted to go to. It's the fact you went to the team that you took an L against, that beat you and embarrassed y'all. And you went over there and rolled with them to try to go get a chip after they came and took y'all's opportunity. That ain't real. I don't fool with that. It's just not something that it's just something I would never do. Come on, fam. I would never do that. You know what I mean? And he can take his career into his own hands. True, because players get criticized for not winning rings. Yes, they do. But I don't even think KD really feels, I don't think them rings really did nothing for him, because in his heart of hearts, he felt like that really wasn't his defining moment. And Golden State was letting them know from how they were saying that, preferring Steph Curry over him and sometimes treating him like he was an outsider, including Draymond Green. So KD like, man, that ain't really my land right there. Went in there, didn't really do nothing for me. So that's why he went to Brooklyn to try to establish something of his own with his other boy, Kyrie Irving. They trying to win a chip over there. So I feel like both, and I'm going to say this too, Kendrick Perkins really is growing on me as an analyst. I really feel like he is insightful, and I feel like he can be really, really good. I just think he has to watch himself with the friendships when he divulges certain information that he gets in personal conversations with players. You can't leak that into the media. They're going to look at you like, oh, fam, you one of them guys now. You're not one of us no more. It's going to hurt his friendships. But I really am interested to see how his media career goes. Kendrick Perkins is who I'm talking about. But when KD said he averaged a whopping 2 points and 3 rebounds, I'm sorry. I always thought Perk was horrible. I fool with him as an analyst. He seemed like a real cool guy. He seemed like a real good dude to kick it with. He seemed like he real fun and real funny and all of that, and that's cool. But I thought Kendrick was awful. I thought Perk was awful, man. And for real, and I thought that for a long time. You can ask all my homies. I always thought Kendrick Perkins was just like, he was not it. He was not that guy. And people was like, oh my God, the Boston Celtics gave up Kendrick Perkins. Yeah, he was a rim protector. He grabbed rebounds and stuff, but I never thought he was like that, ever. Never, ever, 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 ever in my life did I think he was like that. When I say like that, I mean he was good. That's what like that mean. I never thought he was good. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I think these two will eventually reconcile eventually. But right now, that last shot that Kendrick Perkins threw at him about him being a coward and all of that, and you can't even live with yourself. You can't even look yourself in the mirror. He told KD because you know what you did was weak. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. That's what Kendrick Perkins told him. KD ain't gonna fool with that, man. Nah, he not. He not. He gonna say, man, you been waiting to tell me that for a long time. Because really people show you how they feel when they get mad, right? And Kendrick Perkins showed him how he felt. Yeah, you my boy, but that was a weak move. That was a punk move, and he felt like it was a punk move, and he called it out. But yeah, man. So Perk can't get mad if KD don't ever fool with him ever again, because that was embarrassing. He tried to embarrass him on social media. But to Perk's credit, he felt embarrassed because he felt like he wasn't trying to slight KD when he said what he said. He was just saying that he felt like Russ is Mr. Thunder. You know what? And let me say this, provide context. This was right before Russ was getting ready to go back to Oklahoma City as a member of the Houston Rockets, and that's why Kendrick Perkins was talking about Russell Westbrook's value to the Thunder organization, right? But he said he wasn't trying to slight KD. He was just trying to big up Russ. KD took it as a shot, and hey, it was what it was. Now, if you interpret it as a shot, I understand. But I don't know. I got to reread exactly how he said it so I can know if it was interpreted as a shot to KD or not. If he was just trying to tell dude, like, hey, my point stands. Russell Westbrook still should be the man, because the dude was trying to refute Russell Westbrook being Mr. Thunder or the best player in the organization by saying that, they kept getting ousted. And he like, look, I watched KD go play by himself without Russ and get ousted too. And that was his point. But yeah, man, it got real hostile. But I knew Kendrick Perkins was going to bump heads with a player that was, quote unquote, a friend of his. And truth be told, y'all, if he keeps doing journalism the way he's doing, I won't be surprised if he get into it with somebody else. And I fool with Perkins journalistic. I fool with him in his media career that he's having. But I feel like he's divulging too much certain information that should be just kept off the record. Machiavelli Mills TV, peace.